And we're back looking at 5-9 podcasts. Today I have a special guest.
Oh
Uh,
no.
um, this is a real special episode. I've been looking forward to do this for a long time. It's been a long time in the making. I've been wanting to talk to this cat about this for a minute. And we talked privately between each other for a long time. And so first of all, um, I like to bring the business to the show. If you want to drop a cash app, a virtual tip jar, it's right there. If not, enjoy the show. Um, so let me backtrack. This is Larry Smith, right guy, right here. You're looking at a guy who's like a brother to me. We've known each other for a long time. We go back. When
Dude,
we go back, when? How
like
long did we know each other?
I'm gonna say 25 to 30 years.
Jesus, damn.
Yeah.
Yeah, we met by Wayne State in
Roscoe's.
at Roscoe's. Roscoe's is this legendary arcade that was around, and I don't know. We just started vibing, and this guy right here has been like a brother to me ever for forever.
That goes both ways.
Yeah, for real, for real. Um, so today, uh, I want to talk about the one time that I raced you from Ann Arbor to Detroit. But to backtrack, let me set it right.
Oh, you want to say it?
Yeah,
Okay.
hold on, wait, hold on. I got
Okay,
set it. I
okay.
got set it. This is 2006, right? I had just got okay. I remember I was working at the porn store, which is a whole other story. And I was working at the porn store, and then like I got sick of that, and like
Okay.
you told me about an opportunity at TCF Bank, and you brought me on
Yeah,
as a check encoder, and we did the night shift.
yep.
He was actually my senior. He was actually my supervisor. He was like my senior. He was my trainer, and
Yeah, your trainer.
yeah, he brought me on. Um, Larry can type like a fucking Superman, like a madman. Seriously. Y'all can't touch this guy. Um, so he brought me on, and within a couple of weeks, we were just talking because we were making the commute from Detroit to Ann Arbor because at the time that was like the best paying job. Like seriously, because and Detroit is
Yep,
Detroit, but the good jobs were like out in the suburbs, right?
yep.
And that was a good ass paying job. So he had his car, I had my car, and like we pretty much we stayed in the same building. And then one day, so it was like, shit, um, I was like on Friday, or it was a Friday and going into
No,
Saturday.
no, it was like it couldn't have been a Friday. It had to be Saturday. It couldn't have been a Friday because Fridays was always guaranteed that they would have the traffic traps set out.
Oh,
Guaranteed.
right, right,
They usually had it Saturday too, most Saturdays, but it was Friday was guaranteed.
yeah. So it was Saturday, so it was like nobody was home. It was good weather, and it was like 3 in the morning, or whatever. And we decided, like, hey, bet, just a gentleman bet. We're like, hey, check this out. I bet you I can get back to Detroit before you. Because and let's talk about the cars. You had a Cougar,
Yes, I had a Cougar.
and I
I,
had,
I the my favorite classic model of it. You know what I'm saying?
yeah,
My favorite, yes. I had that Cougar all black.
yeah, it was cool. Yeah, you had a laid back. You was pimping that thing. And I had at the time I was um in my possession. I had a Concorde, which is a big ass sedan.
Box.
Yeah, a big ass sedan. It was a nice ride. It belonged. It was a family car, but it got up. It did what it needed to do. It was a nice ride, and we got a full tank of gas. And then, because at that point, we've been going back and forth from TCF from Ann Arbor to Detroit, so we kind of knew the route. So it's like we knew what the hell we were doing.
Yep.
And so he was like, "Look, so the rules was like, The first person who gets back, to Detroit, meaning get back to the place and park, wins.
'Cause we was
Don't.
in the same apartment building,
Yeah,
right across from
yeah.
each other.
We don't give a fuck about how you got there, what shortcut you took, whatever you did. The point is, you from here to the apartment is the finish line. We don't care how
Yep.
you got there, as long as you get there.
Yep. As long as you got there.
First one there and that's the rules. It don't matter. And so, all right, and whatever happens in between is on you. So, like, then we did, so I was like, all right, bet. I got out, got the parking lot, got the freeway, and dog, we gunned it, man. It was like, Jesus, dude. Like, how far is it between Ann Arbor to Detroit? Is it a couple of miles, right?
Like it's a bit.
It's a bit. It's an hour. Isn't it an
Yeah.
hour drive? Isn't it an hour to get back
It's
somewhere?
well,
Or 30, 40 minutes, something like that?
it's like typically for us because it was right off the freeways, it was like maybe a 40-minute
It
drive.
was a
But if
40
we
minute
was
drive.
doing it during a minute, during 45-minute drive, but if we was caught, with one of them stops or traffic traps or
Yeah.
accidents, that mug could get to an hour easily.
Yeah. Because this is past the
Or during
airport.
games.
This is past the airport.
Yeah.
Yeah. Like, we going past the airport coming getting back to the city.
Yep.
So, and so, like, so I was like, all right. So, we got on the freeway, wasn't a lot of traffic. We started booking it. Like, I was like 80. And then this motherfucker gets over to the left lane and just takes off. And I'm like, this motherfucker, dude, he took off. He was doing at least 90. So I was like, all right, I pushed it up to 90. It wasn't a lot of traffic. And we was and from that on, it was a solid, you're doing a solid 90, 95, 100 because it was a straight road. It wasn't like
Yeah, no, we
it was a flat road.
90
It was a
we did a
flat.
90 minimum.
Yeah, it was a flat, but it was a flat road because it was a flat road. There was no traffic,
Yep.
and we were just going.
Yep. We did a 90 minimum.
Yeah,
90 minimum.
damn.
Because I look, because what it was, remember you said it already. It didn't matter how you got there. So I started to take 696
Yeah,
because 696, I knew once you hit that express, it's boom.
yeah.
Was that and we didn't have to worry about traffic stops like you did have on 94.
No, it wasn't no fucking traffic stops. It was
But
like we pretty much had the freeway to ourselves because it was no traffic that night.
yeah, yeah. It
No,
was
it
weird.
wasn't no bikers. It was no
No, we
nothing.
didn't. It was weird. It was one of them times where what normally should be traffic
None.
or some traffic, we
None.
didn't have nothing. Not even going past the airport.
Yeah. And so, like, I remember, we were listening. I put up, was it WJLB or whatever hip hop station that was, and I put that on, and we was just, it was cool. It was fucking cool. But it was like all you hear was like, you hear the engine, but it feels like a power. You know what I'm saying? It was just like, and I'm looking over.
We was having our real life GTA.
Yeah, it was Fast and Furious, dude. And like, damn. And then like that stretch between the suburbs and going into the city, it was going. I mean, because I pulled ahead a few times, and then you pulled ahead, and then like when we got to the city, that's where it got kind of weird because we actually had to like fucking pay attention.
Yeah, because we had traffic then.
We had traffic.
We had traffic.
Yeah, we had traffic. I mean,
Not
I
horrible traffic, but we had traffic.
yeah, and like I say, I don't encourage people to do this because I don't know how the hell this happened. It was just one of those spur of the moment things. I don't encourage anybody to to race, but By the time it was like we were so far in, it was like, all right, I can't let this motherfucker like gloat, because I was already like winning pretty much, right?
He wasn't. It was winning.
Dude, like I pulled ahead a couple of times, and I actually,
Look, look. Now,
you
there
was
was a
in the
couple
back.
times. There's
I
a couple.
dusted you a couple of times,
There's a
dude.
couple times you generally put ahead, and there's a couple times I just slow down.
Yeah, yeah, you did slow down, though.
A couple times I just slow down, but there's times you pulled ahead. There was a few times
Yeah,
you just like you gunned it, and I wasn't expecting you to gun it right then,
yeah,
and you like,
but but
oh,
but
oh,
but
he
you
want to
but me
play
tell
for
you
real.
something, man.
Like,
But
oh, he want to play for real.
oh yeah,
He
no,
don't know.
but dude, I had to give you props, man. I had to give you a fucking props. You was a motherfucker, dog. I ain't even gonna hold you up. You was crazy because you kept the standard up. Like he's doing 95 to 100, and it was like if you weren't gonna do more, it wasn't happening. Like you kept the standard really high, and I was like, all right.
We made this race. Okay, I ain't gonna try and push you too hard, because
But there was some
we could,
pushing though.
yeah, no. Yeah, yeah. Like I said, you generally got up ahead. There was a few times you just like, I'm looking like,
Yeah, some of that was like, okay, this is too rich for my blood. I'm like, I can't.
I'm saying, like, I know I'm doing 120 right now. Did he just pass? No, fuck this. I'm doing 100. Okay, all right, cool. Let me hit this 140 real quick.
Yeah, you took off like a damn rocket, bro. Like that cougar, I didn't know that cougar could go that damn fast. You pushed that, you took off like a
Oh,
fucking rocket, bro.
look, the cougar actually went up to that cougar went up to 180. 116. I'm positive it was 180.
Yeah,
I'm positive it went up to 180. But it went up there and it had some kick to it.
yeah. Um,
You just tap that pedal just right. It's like
and
float.
the most disappointing thing about it is like, although like I feel like I won, right? I got off the freeway.
Start you won.
I felt like I won, but I got off the freeway and we did all that, right? To get to the freeway, I got to a light, and at that point, I knew I was on a residential street, so I didn't want to get too crazy or get pulled over and get caught by the cops. And you went in another direction, and you actually, made it to the park. You made it back to the spot before I did.
I, I took advantage of the law.
Yeah,
And you took the law. You took part of the law,
yeah,
but you didn't take advantage of the other part. Well, I was like,
yeah. I played it too safe, and that's
yeah.
my only regret is I played it a little too safe. Cause I did all that
I,
and I played it a little too safe, and you fucking beat me. So
I still would have beat you, but
yeah, I felt like I had it in the bag.
I'm sure you did. It's okay. That
I
confidence is strong.
I felt
Keep
like
that.
I felt like I had it. I felt like I beat you in the main race, and then we get to the side shit, and you fucking beat me
No,
on
no,
on a
you ain't beat me in the
technicality.
main.
You beat
You
me on
ain't
a
beat
little
me in the main
technicality.
race. You ain't beat me in the main race. I sat there. I was like, okay, look, I ain't about to push it too fast for him.
Yeah,
You know, I ain't gonna try and burn you and leave you behind.
yeah,
Not like that. Not
yeah.
like that. We too cool for that. Especially if something went wrong, like
Right, right.
like
Because
the trap
like,
got it caught in one of the traps. I'm like,
yeah,
oh
that's what I'm
wait, gotta go
saying.
back.
See, like, look, dude, it's crazy to think about it because it's like we had to avoid police, and we had to avoid just like wrecking up, wrecking.
Yeah, that part we wasn't doing. We wasn't wrecking, but we was flying.
Yeah, we was flying, but we had to avoid the police and we had to avoid wrecking. Like,
And,
messing your car up and probably messing yourself up.
yep.
And like, it was one of those things where it was like we were just in the moment, dude. We just
We
threw
was
like
having a good time.
we was in the moment, bro. It was like it was
Yep.
crazy. It was like one of those rare things where we was in a moment, and I just feel like at this point in our lives, I don't think we would be more inclined to do that now.
I agree.
It was like,
I
nah,
agree.
dude. Yeah, we would be less inclined to do that, you know, just because we could,
Yeah.
But it was one of those things where it's just like, I don't know, man. I think we became blood brothers after that, bro.
Look, let's put that. If anything, that probably is a perfect example of our brotherhood because we've always been competitive.
Yeah, we've been competitive for real.
We've always been competitive, no matter what it
No
is.
matter what,
It's
video
competition,
games, females,
right?
we've been
Whatever. What
we've been
writing, writing, this is
writing.
competitive.
We've been competitive.
But it's good competitive. It's
Yeah,
not like
yeah,
disrespectful. It's
for
always
real.
fun, and we get to talk trash that particular day.
Yeah.
It'd be like what was the like, oh, I used to, just side note, from the racing, I used to hate playing you in GoldenEye. All the little cheap tactics.
Yeah,
But you
dude.
will earn your bragging rights. But
I
it'd be
was
like,
cheap.
you know
I
what?
was cheap.
It was,
I was cheap. We played GoldenEye, we Perfect Dark.
yeah,
I set you up with the laptop gun, whatever, Slayer.
yeah.
It was bad, and I remember I had the little sound system. I could get away
Yeah,
with the sound system with the subwoofers. We was going at it, bro. We had some
yeah,
epic ass battles, bro.
yeah. I can remember Street Fighter. Oh, I can remember you started getting mad that I could beat you at Street Fighter.
Yeah, 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 yeah,
You,
yeah,
because you used to whoop my tail. You and Pat used to whoop my tail, and once I got my tail whooped enough, it was like bump this,
yeah. And
wham.
and then when I win, somehow everything I do is cheat. Like, what the fuck, dude? Everything I
You
do afterward is
you
considered
be like
cheat.
this.
And I'm like, I'm
Kick,
not being
kick,
cheap
kick,
if the
kick,
game let
kick.
me
This
do
what you
it,
do.
dude. That's the
This what
thing.
you do. Kick, 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 kick.
Yeah, yeah. Kick, jab, jab, punch. Go into super.
Well, that's how we always was.
I'm
Like I
like,
said,
what the fuck?
and that day is a perfect example of how competitive we will. What I have always been with each other.
Yeah,
It's like, oh, you want to race? All right,
yeah. It
let's
was so,
race.
but like I said, because the race, because like I say, it came out of we was always competitive, though. We was always in a friendly way competitive.
Yeah.
I always knew I was better than you, and like
Oh,
and he was like, no,
you're better than me in your head and your heart. It's okay. It's okay. You know, I'm not mad at it.
yeah,
Let's just also, not be delusional. All right. You might want to see somebody about that.
yeah.
That was always
No, but
better than y'all.
but you was coming up with some wins though. I'll be like, how the fuck this motherfucker come out with the win? And I'm like, I would be so heated, dude. I'm like, how?
Oh,
And like, no, it was no hand holding, no mercy. Remember,
no shaking,
it was
no
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 mercy.
handshakes.
No, it was no mercy. Everything we did, there was no mercy. It was all out every time. We did not give a shit if you got your
No,
feelings hurt. It was all out
no,
every
no,
single time.
no. If you lost, you lost.
Yeah,
I got the bragging rights.
yeah.
You be okay.
No mercy. It was no mercy, and that's cool. It was character building.
Yeah.
It was
Look,
good.
there's some people I know now, and I'll be like, y'all just don't know. I didn't grow up with participation trophies. You lost.
Nope.
You
Like you would take the L every single time you pick up that controller. If every time you will go home
like
with L with straight L's all time if you don't step your game up.
yeah.
That's how
So
we was raised.
look, and that's how I got better. Like,
Yeah,
hey, but we did that with each other. Steel sharpen steel.
yeah. Like it would be like, nah. Oh well, get better.
So, so it'd be like, would you help me get better at like those? And then
Yeah.
like with sports games, it'd be like, okay, come on.
Oh my god.
Let,
Yeah.
us put some Madden on. Let's put some NBA
We play
2K
Madden,
on.
NBA. You was playing Tricky. The
Yep.
because back in the day, you
Yep.
remember back in the day it was Blockbuster because we would go to Blockbuster, we would rent some games,
Yep.
and but But our main go to was Street Fighter, Marvel, maybe Marvel vs. Capcom, and
Yeah,
everything else in between.
yeah,
And of
yeah.
course,
Everything
of
else.
course, the homie, God rest his soul, Patrick, had every game pretty much you could imagine, and we were like, we was having a good honest, those were definitely special times. I mean, I look back kind of fondly, like, whoa,
I love those times, man.
like
Shoot, I wish I could.
dude, we didn't know, it's like, but we was having a moment, dude, you know.
Oh, memories, man.
Yeah,
Look, memories. I have plenty of them.
yeah,
Like I can remember when you
good,
thought you could beat me at track.
oh well, yeah, like I ain't gonna touch you. Like I'll hold you up. I mean, you got history with track. You actually did it. Like,
Yeah, yeah, yeah. But you
you,
swore you could beat me. I gave
yeah,
you like a
you
10
was
yard
actually
head
coaching.
start.
You was actually coaching people. And I remember
I
that
gave
I'll give you an example. And I'm going. Let me set it up. It was Was it the Super Bowl? And then they closed it off Woodward. And then didn't we run or
yeah,
something?
yeah, yeah,
But
yeah,
yeah, but it was the Super Bowl. They closed off Woodward, and that night we all walked down to the stadium.
yeah,
And yeah, we had a good time. But that was like, again, that was us. We
yeah.
walked there and walked back, and but we had a good. It was good times, you know.
Yeah, that was the Pittsburgh. What Pittsburgh
Pittsburgh
versus? I
Steelers.
know it's Pittsburgh. Pittsburgh versus Seattle.
Yeah,
I'm pretty sure. See, I forgot whoever. I remember Pittsburgh because Pittsburgh is my second favorite team because I got family in Pittsburgh.
yeah, and that was a good ass
So,
game because Pittsburgh won that year. Everybody was going, going for Pittsburgh. That was a good ass game, though.
yeah,
Yeah, that was a good
yeah,
ass game.
that
That was the
was.
whole thing they were saying, like the bus stops in Michigan. That was it,
Mm,
because
yeah, he retired
he
after that.
retired after that. Like that's how
Yeah,
you fucking do it, dude. That was a
he
good ass.
retired as a champ.
That was a good ass fucking time. Those were good times. That was
Yeah,
real good
yeah.
times.
He won. He won in his home state
Yeah,
the Super Bowl and retired champion. Like, how do you do it any better?
that's no, that's how exactly how you do it. So that so yeah, so I say that to say I appreciate you.
I appreciate you too, man.
I've always appreciated you as a brother, friend, fellow competitor. You know, you
Enemy sometimes.
enemy, friend of me.
Right.
You always be like
Rival.
rival, but you always been the guy to tell me, even if I don't want to hear it, you give me, you tell me the real.
Hey, that and if anything else, that's what friends, family do for each other. You tell the truth. You ain't gonna always like it.
Yeah,
And that goes both ways. We ain't
yeah,
always gonna like what we have to say, but hey,
yeah, yeah.
we look out for each other.
Yeah, even though you over there, in Michigan, and I'm over here in Detroit, when we do meet up, we lock in, pick up like where you left off, pretty much. That's really rare.
Yep,
For real.
definitely. Yeah, that is true.
All
You
right.
ain't got a lot of people we can pick up exactly from the last conversation.
Yep. So yeah, so I won't hold you up. So is there anything that people wanted to check you out? Can people follow you and check?
uh,
Are you are you on social like that anymore?
I'm on social, but I don't really,
You don't really
I
fuck
don't
with
check
that?
many things. I'm not as involved as I once was, but
Oh,
I
okay.
actually need to. So I'll say this: keep an eye out. I'm gonna let you know because I've been working on a few different projects.
Hmm.
So I got some things that you might be interested in.
Okay. All right.
Things you might be interested. I might be. The pen seems to be calling back to me. So.
Oh shoot. Oh snap. I remember
So
what Lamont the poet.
yep.
Oh
Yeah, and
snap.
the pen seems to be calling back to me, and it's just a matter of actually just taking that time to write it all out.
All right.
So,
All right. I look forward.
and that.
I look forward to whatever you create, sir.
Oh, thank you. And when I start, trust me, I'm gonna let you know.
All right. All right, guys.
If
Five
I
Nine
see it, I
Podcast.
can.
Hope you guys enjoyed and take care. This has been really fun. Appreciate you guys. Peace.
All right. Have a good one. You still lost.